Hello there guys, this is the Prussian Prince, and I'm here with Aggony Duck. Hello Duck.
Hi all.
So this is the Aggony 1v1 Championship 2012. We are now in the playoff stages after two group stages. So we began with 128 players, now we're down to 32 players. Some of those are already out, and basically this is a best of 5 between Sony and Blixerie, still in the round of 32 of playoffs. This should be a great match. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think this is gonna be one of the best and closest matches we've had so far. I mean, I'd probably rank this up with in the same category that Poitman versus Killerfish is, in terms of the caliber of players.
Yeah. So, first two maps on, first two games on Kurobe, next two on Crossroads, tiebreaker on the fields, as usual for this map. Max 2 Missile Cav, Max 2 Marines, Max 5 same unit type, and all that stuff with designated attacker rules and such.
Yeah, it looks like the game is already loading up, so we're gonna have a game soon.
And in the center of Kurobe Gorge we have Archery Dojo and Farmhouse, while on the flank we have a workshop, so there's probably gonna
Actually, the
be.
same dojos. Yeah, it's the same dojos that we had for our earlier match today,
Yeah, well,
Epic versus
yeah, that's true.
Elysian.
So this is
But yeah, but I think these two players will put a lot more emphasis on this workshop.
yep. And still waiting for someone to load. Hopefully, no one's crashed now. That'd be pretty
I don't think
terrible
no one's
moment.
crashing. Might just be uh, slow computer or something.
Hmm. Oh, there we go. Someone's loaded. Yay! We're running.
Yay, we're in game.
Yeah, so excited for this. But I was excited and I waited. Was like, when is Sony back? When is Sony back so we can get this rolling? Yeah, hopefully it's gonna be worth the wait. But this just seems quite laggy from what I can tell. Hopefully it's not gonna be that way when everything starts.
Yeah, I mean, I think the lag's gonna. It's not gonna be the worst lag I've seen, but there's gonna be some delay.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it gives us more time to analyze everything that's going on and convey convey to you every little detail of the battle.
Yeah, though I'd hate to play under such conditions.
Well, I mean, it's an art in itself. I mean, what most players tend to make as a mistake when it comes to lag-heavy environments is they tend to give too many commands and just not trust the commands that they've already given. But we'll see.
So Sony's pretty much ready, and so is Blixerie, so we should be going to the game in like hopefully a couple seconds. And there we go, the game is starting. We've got on the left flank of Sony Azure Dragon Force, then Imperial Guard Cav Vanilla, Yariki rank 6, Yariki rank 6 as well. In the middle we've got more Yariki rank 7 this time around, and Shogun Guard Cav rank 3, Yariki rank 7. Then we've also got 1, 2, 3 Spear Levy, Vanilla, and 3 Shogatai. I think all Shogatais are Vanilla, indeed. Then he's got another unit on the right flank, another Azure Dragon Force. So pretty interesting approach by Sony, I can say, and his Bushido. I mean, his general is a Bushido gun general. Yeah, that's his build.
Yeah, and Blixerie is countering Sony's massive cavalry wing with an rank 2 Imperial Guard cavalry, 2 rank 7 Yariki, a Yarikot chief, and a rank 2 Black Bear and a United States Marines on the hill. Behind the hill he's got 1 rank 5 Yariki, a rank 2 Shogitai, a rank 4 Shogitai, and 2 Spear Levy, and a Black Bear infantry. But I'd wager that Blixerie still has some units hidden somewhere.
Yeah. Do you think it's safe for Blixerie to go up that hill in the center like that, or is he overextending?
I think it's a fairly safe move.
Yeah.
Just because Sony has mostly Spear Levy here in this sector.
Yeah, if he had his Shogitai up though, that could have been different. So this allowed Blixerie to get the hill. So
Yeah. But
then again,
Sony's focus is on the workshop side. And I mean, he can happily let Blixerie have that hill. Because he wants to get those infantry units on the hill and kill them.
there's a marine unit around the farmhouse. But yeah, maybe Sony's gonna try and use that spear levy as meat shield and then run in with the rest of his forces. We'll see what the rest of it, but
Okay, and there's the final cavalry unit.
Volley Frontier Guard Cav killing 11. Good start. He's gonna have to micro it.
Ooh, this is gonna be bad actually. Or
Yeah.
it seems like Sony's cavalry might get caught out of position here.
Yeah, but he's got more coming,
Seems,
so
yeah. So Blixer I think saw that and decided not to overextend himself. But his Imperial Guard cavalry might just get caught, and it did get caught, and it's lost 13 men so far. At the same time, Sony's Spear Levy is getting shot up slowly on the hill area. So, but now Sony's moving up his Azure Dragon Force to give him support. It's not really getting any shots so far.
So he's being really aggressive with his cav, which can be quite nice in that area.
I think it's a good call for him actually, because it's gonna create a little cul-de-sac here on the hill, and if he's smart, he might just be able to bypass that whole sector of Blixerie's army and strike at the rear of his forces on the hill. I mean, use that cavalry advantage that he has.
Yeah, but seems to be not so confident with going around though.
I think basically he's just taking his time and trying to find a good position for himself, making use of his Imperial Guard cavalry.
He is actually keeping the farmhouse away from Blixerie, so it's also good by Sony.
I do think it's a bit weird though that Blixerie isn't using general to put some shots into that spear level.
Yeah. Maybe he's afraid of Sony's general sniping him while he does that, but that would be difficult.
Yeah, so Sony's general is a bit stronger in shootout, so.
Yeah.
Okay, now Sony has got that surround going. So I think we might soon see a cavalry attack, a full scale attack on the forces of on the hill, because I think Blixerie is currently out of position.
I think Sony's guard cap just got caught. Secret guard cap.
Yeah, lost 7 men, 8 men.
Yeah, though if he keeps chasing with the Yari key, he's gonna kill it, but or not kill it, but deal more damage, and there he goes. He's killing even
Whoa.
more.
Interesting enough, Sony has so many options for where to strike. And he's got, I think he's going to get a nice hammer and anvil going here against Blixerie's cavalry. It's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, but there's Marines coming around to support, I think.
Well, the Marines are gonna have a hard time shooting up that hill.
Yeah,
And
I guess.
he can bring that spear levy around as well. Interesting choice by Sony to actually send his Shogunate Guard Cav after the Yariki instead of going after the rest of the Cav. I mean,
yeah.
Because if he had sent his Shogunate Guard Cav in there to add to the cavalry force, he would have won even more closely, but...
Yeah, or he could have been able to take the Marines out with the Shogunate Guard Cap
Well,
as well.
he's now doing it, so...
Yeah.
In the end, it was an okay decision by Sony, and he's gonna get rid of that Yariki as well, but he failed to save his Imperial Guard Cav. And Blixer's general might be going down soon as well.
It doesn't seem to be looking good for Blixerie right now, so...
Yeah, Sony's getting a nice 2-1 attack against that Black Bear, which just routed with his general and Azure Dragon Force. I think Blixer is running out of tools here to win this battle, actually. I mean, he only has that unit of Black Bear infantry and the 2 Shogitais that are really any good for anything. And
I mean, if his Marines come back, even if they come back, there's Cav, and the Cav is gonna make him shatter, I think.
It's not gonna come back because Sony is gonna make sure of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, now Sony's general has a free reign here, so he's gonna kill that Yarikachi and then go work his way on the general. So this is pretty much a good game at this point.
Yeah, well,
there's absolutely...
Very nicely executed by Sony.
Yeah, I mean that Cav assault by Sony was actually fairly masterful. I mean, he bided his time and sort of worked that pocket which was created by his envelopment, and then just caught Blixerie between cavalry forces coming from different angles.
And we have the
overall
from
just
Blixerie.
That the game was just a good demonstration of just how of an intelligent player Sony actually is. I mean, how well he can read the game, how patient he is, and I mean, how well he actually takes those chances that are presented to him.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen such patience thus far from any other player. Am I correct, or?
Yeah, I think, I mean, we haven't seen such patience from a player who's aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, of course we've seen quite a few games where people have basically stood their ground and waited.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is more of a sign of an active, aggressive, patient player who's willing to wait and get those chances to, I mean, position his forces correctly, use his movement to create openings and gaps for him to exploit, and then in a very quick assault just wiping the area clean of opponents due to his clever positioning for the assault.
Yeah, Sony quite just outplayed his opponent. There's like nothing else that can be said. Let's see.
Yeah, but I mean, basically what Blixerie did poorly there, he sent all that expensive infantry up to the hill, and those units were out of the battle. And then he proceeded to basically keep all of his forces up there on that hill, while Sony got around him and basically, for all effects, cut him off. I mean, the only thing that could have saved Blixerie in that situation was a clever counterattack where he would have concentrated on a part of Sony's surrounding forces.
Yeah, I really like Sony's approach. It's time to see how he's gonna do it this time around. How his defense works. Or is he gonna play aggressively, even on the defense? You have to watch out.
I'm fairly certain that Blixer is gonna go aggressive here,
Yeah,
but it's gonna be interesting to see what Sony does.
yeah.
I think we're gonna probably see a fairly intelligent defense from him this time, but I don't think we're gonna. When I say defense, we're probably gonna see a style that, I mean, he's gonna bide his time and make use of the opportunities that he gets. Probably he's probably gonna try to manipulate Blixer's movements, see if he can create an opening somewhere, and then just quickly take the chances that he gets. But yeah, what Blixer needs to do for this battle is that he needs to start controlling the battle, because the last battle for Blixer did, he took the hill and after that he went passive and pretty much let Sony dictate the whole battle. I mean, there wasn't a single moment where Blixer was in control. I mean, Sony had all the initiative. So we're gonna have to see Blixer who control the map a lot more, to be more aggressive and to actually take the initiative if he wants to win this battle.
And the game is starting, guys. And yeah, as you said, Blixer is gonna have to try something aggressive this time. Because otherwise Sony will just exploit his weaknesses in his
Yeah, I wouldn't be
formation.
surprised to. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Cav heavy melee build.
It's definitely a possibility. Quite unfortunate that it takes so long to load the game for someone Now, well, what can you do? Well, we're actually loaded in, so this wasn't that long after all. But oh, the dojos have changed. In the center we have farmhouse and sword dojo, and on that far flank we got workshop. So it has changed a little bit. And Blixerie, I just can't wait till I see what it brings. Really interesting. Sony is once again ready, and
Right, I'm back.
welcome back. So yeah, I really like Sony's approach. I mean, I don't like it as much as I think I still like would have liked something different about it, but I'm not gonna say what. Even though Blixerie can see,
Well, I mean, if Blixerie can see through
I
Sony's
guess
build.
doesn't really matter. But yeah,
But I mean, that said, I mean, we can probably keep it silent still. But I mean, I think we're gonna see an interesting clash of army styles here.
yeah.
So I mean, I mean, the use of cavalry is gonna be decisive here.
And here we go. Game is starting. We've got Blixerie's army composition. He's got in the front 2 spear levy and 2 Shugatai. His Shugatai have 2 upgrades, and the other has 4 upgrades. Now, his main force is composed of Yariki rank 6 that's going for the Sword Dojo right now, and he's got, wow, he's got a lot of cav going around. He's got Shogunate Guard Cav rank 5, Bushido General is expected with points in gun, and then Shogunate Guard Cav rank 5, Revolver Cav. Yariki rank 7, Yariki rank 7, Yariki rank 7.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with Blixer's path here because he risks being bottlenecked here. I mean, if you can see, I mean that he's got a huge part of his cavalry still stuck there trying to cross the bridge. And if might have been interesting to see if Sony had been more prepared to strike there, what would happen. But Blixer's cavalry might end up being quite isolated from the rest of the battle. Sony's taking a huge gamble with his general though here. But he notices that himself. And the Sony's build, he's got 4 rank 6 Yariki, rank 4 Shogunate Guard Cav, and then he's got an Azure Dragon Force, a rank 1 Black Tortoise Force, rank 1 Black Tortoise Force, Vermilion Bird Force, and a White Bear. I think Sony's general might actually die soon.
Yeah, he's probably gonna die here actually.
He's gonna be very lucky if his general survives that.
Yeah,
That was a huge gamble and mistake on his part. Well, so far so good for Sony. His general is still alive. but he can't afford to lose too many other men.
We can see
Sony really needs to shut down those shogi ties that are working into his rear, and his general survived. He got very lucky there.
Yeah. Shogitai are being recharged by Yariki of Sony.
Yeah, and now we have the crucial engagement here. It's gonna fully come down to how well Blixerie can use those revolver calves and the calves he has over here. Yeah, Sony's Shogunate Guard cav has been mauled by the revolver cav, and Blixerie's Shogunate Guard cav is coming in as well.
But the main force of Blixerie is almost dead. I mean the infantry force, but that's not the driving force here.
Blixerie's getting a Shogunate Guard cav into the rear of the Azure Dragon forces, and his general will probably soon get out those Black Tortoise force with the Shogi ties. But the worrying thing for Blixerie is that his cavalry is losing the battle on the with the Yarikachi of Sony.
Yarikachi system.
Yeah, and the other problem is that Blixerie has is that his revolver cav will probably soon run out of ammo, which will make it very hard to deal with all those line infantry that Sony still has left.
But his Shogitai that routed came back right now, so...
Yeah, but it's only 68 men, and he really should be conserving that unit, not sending it to melee at this point, because it's gonna die for no good.
Sony is just gonna pull back and turn around the other unit to fire that.
Yeah. And most importantly for Sony, he's still got that cavalry left.
Yeah, I think Sony might be playing a bit too... I don't know, with his Black Tortoise, he maybe should have retreated to the forest, yeah, like that.
Yeah. And he really should get rid of that Shogitai in his rear. And he's doing that right now.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering at which point Sony will be hit by that general fled recently penalty. Because I can't see his general anymore.
Yeah, I can't see his general either.
But at the same time, he doesn't seem to have that general dead, and we haven't heard a general dead message yet. So...
Oh, the Yariki of Sony, they are concerned and they're routing off the field.
that was a big blow for Sony. She really didn't need... Okay. Now we had the explanation, because Sony's general fled recently. So he's got... I mean, now is basically the time for Blixerie to strike. He's got a few minutes here to act while Sony's morale is basically sapped. And after that it's gonna be a lot harder for him.
And it seems like he's gonna go around for some flanking maneuver with his cav. His infantry take the front, take the meat of the damage, like they're the meat of this attack.
Yeah. I mean, he could easily just wait here and capture all of the dojos while he waits. I mean, he doesn't really have any need to push the attack. And he really should second wind those Shogitais and Spear Levy that he has. I mean, they're both very tired, and you might as well use second wind at some point.
That might actually cost him the game if he's gonna lose this.
I mean, I think this is a stage where he should take it very slowly. I mean, he has no hurry to attack here. I mean, he can get that workshop, get that farmhouse, force Sony to move out.
Hey, it looks like I think they lost the effect morale penalty. Because it doesn't show
it's
up.
still there.
Oh.
At least
Yeah, it's still there, Never mind.
this basically just Usually it shows the biggest modifier,
Okay.
and so the general threat recently isn't a huge one. And the Vermilion Bird force for Sony is going to be crucial for him because that's basically the unit that's keeping his army together at the moment.
Hmm. And Yarikachi can protect him quite well as well from the cav attacks. Well, but not from all angles though, because it can only move so fast. So.
And now the question is, what's the ammunition situation on Blixer's revolver cav? I think
Well,
that unit hasn't actually managed to shoot that much because it's only got 36 kills. So, oh, looks like Blixer got a great cavalry charge in.
in general, not doing so good. Got some shots into it, but yeah, cavs coming in should be really good. Revolver cavalry gonna be firing into the blob. And there we go. Black tortoise getting just now. While they're turning around to fire the revolver cav, the melee units can
But
come in.
I think his Yarikachi, he made a mistake with his Yarikachi there. He sent it for the revolver cav, while in fact he should have been using it to stop the melee infantry, melee cav.
Yeah. Now the black tortoise wavering should be routing soon, but Vermilion's still alive, but not for long.
Yeah, especially because he's not firing at the moment. So
Yeah. Though there is that white bear and Yarikachi that's in decent shape. So if
yeah, but problem is all the cavalry that Blixerie has.
yeah, if he just takes out the Vermilion and the white bear, he's won this. If he keeps his general.
You know, basically, as long as he takes out the Vermilion, he's gonna win because
Yeah,
the Vermilion is keeping the rest of the army together.
yeah, the other stuff's gonna rout. But maybe that white bear is gonna get a shot off. We'll have to see. Oh no, it's gonna
It's gonna be
reposition.
close, but those Vermilion bird forces are out of position at the moment, so and they're gonna be sandwiched between the general and the Juggernaut guard cavalry, and I think that's gonna settle it.
Yarikachi wavering. Should be routing soon.
Yeah, especially because they're gonna be getting friendly fire.
So
Yep, a good game.
yeah, really close game.
Yeah.
So 1-1. Close as anticipated. But Blixerie's win is actually gonna be much closer than Sony's win. Like Sony won with like a lot of units left.
Yeah. I mean, one of the crucial things here was Sony's general. I mean, he lost it very early there in
Yeah.
the initial skirmish.
Yeah, it's still a wonder how he still managed to do so well despite that.
Well, I mean, basically, he got lucky in the sense that his general
Yeah.
didn't get killed. That basically saved his bacon, or prolonged his demise in this battle. Because if he had lost a general early on, he wouldn't have been able to really make any good battle of this. So in that sense, we as viewers got lucky. But as predicted, we did manage to see a more active and aggressive Blixerie, and he basically did to Sony what Sony had done to him in the previous game.
Yep. Wow, Shogun guard cav. 300, almost 300 kills with 32 lost. Shogitai 169 kills. Revolver Cavalry 152. General 146 kills. Now that's what I call General. Badass General. Shogunate Guard Cav 140. Spear Levy with 129 kills. And 89 lost. What was it fighting? Because I didn't notice what the Spear Levy was fighting.
I think it fought Black Tortoise Force or
Oh.
similars.
Killed 129 of them, so it was pretty, actually quite efficient.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think Sony actually ended up doing the same mistake that Blixerie did in the first game, which was he basically held on to that hill position he had, or the exposed hill, and he basically got sandwiched between two forces and wasn't able to really fight effectively against the threats coming in from all sides.
That and can be seen that Sony's Cav didn't do as well as Blixerie's. It's quite clear because, in fact, Blixerie did have a much stronger Cav force than Sony, so he was able to win the Cav fight, and he had an extra Shogunate Guard Cav, he had like 2 extra Revolver Cav as well. So,
Yeah, I think he had an 8 cav approach there, so
yeah. Risky, I think it's kind of risky, but it paid off. So.
I mean it can work on this map because players easily overextend themselves here, and hills can be very deceptive because basically a slope is easy to defend in the sense that if it's a frontal attack you can have rows and rows upon guns, but if the same defensive force has to defend a hilltop, you're suddenly in a situation where you have lines facing in various directions, and due to the fact that they're spread around the slopes of the hill, they're not going to be able to support each other. And that's basically what happened to Sony. His lines were everywhere, his cav were everywhere, and he just wasn't able to project enough force to rout any part of Blixerie's army. And in that sense, put on an effective defense. That said, Blixerie might have attacked a bit early with infantry charge, but on that hand, it did keep Sony busy, so. But overall, I do think Sony would have been better off not trying to hold that little hill, which he ended up defending on the flank, and had
Yeah.
instead just pulled back towards the forest and the bigger hill. Because if he had defended there, he would have had a lot. I mean, he would have had an easier time to deal with all that cavalry and the revolver cabs and so on. But yeah, the next battle is loaded.
Yep. Wait to see what both of these players bring on Crossroads.
Yeah, and we've got an archery dojo on the left hand side on the high ground. And then in the middle we have a farmhouse, and on the far side we've got a shrine.
And Sony's ready. He always is ready so quickly.
Yeah, well, I think he has a very clear idea of what he wants to
Yeah.
do and
And
so forth.
yeah, he knows his build. Like, right after the match ends, he like almost immediately picks the build, and then afterwards, in the actual game, he's like, "Yep, this is how I'm gonna set up. I know exactly what to do."
Hmm. Yeah, he certainly has an interesting build.
Yeah, I would call it interesting too.
Yeah, I think he's basically adjusted to what he faced last game, which can be quite an error actually. But I mean, it
Yeah,
depends on how well you can read your opponent.
yeah, but it's a risk regardless.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I personally try to avoid doing. I mean, usually you're better off just going with a strong build. I mean, that you're comfortable with.
And the game is starting. This is Sony's build. Up front, he's got 3 Spear Levy and 2 Yarikachi, rank 3 and rank 2. He's got, of course, a Bushido Gun General and 2 Shogunate Guard Cap, I think, rank 3 and 4. Then 4 Yariki, rank 6, I believe. Yes, 4 Yariki, rank 6. And that's all I can say right now regarding his build.
Yeah, and Blixerie has at least 3 units of rank 7 Yoriki, and rank 3 Shogunate Guard Cav capturing that farmhouse. His general is a Bushido gun general that's currently skirmishing. Then he has a unit of Spear Levy out wide, with a unit of Vermilion Bird Force and Azure Dragon that forces his line, and 2 units of Spear Levy, and behind them 3 units of rank 6 Shogitai.
No, those Shoguns are gonna be quite nasty in melee. It gets to that, and it should
Yeah,
really
but
get to.
that said, I mean, Sony does have the tools in his army to deal with them. It's just a matter of getting
Yeah,
his cav or revolver cav
yeah.
into those
Which
Shogitais.
I'd say he's doing a nice
So
job trying to skirmish with his general right now, getting a couple kills.
yeah, I mean, it's a fairly decent idea.
But
But
he
he's
shouldn't
gotta
get too
watch
far
out
ahead.
for
Yeah,
Sony's general though. That's what Sony's doing the smart thing. He's getting that envelopment going because he can count on Blixerie not being able to charge his exposed infantry due to them all being spears.
he's got that spear levy over there, but that's not gonna be enough. Um,
Don't say Sony's actually gonna waste his
oh,
revolver cav ammo.
yeah, this is what he should be doing.
That said, he does have that archery dojo. Or he could have it. So
But
in
I
that
don't
sense, it's
think.
not. The,
Yeah, it's still a risk because the game may not go that long.
well, I mean, he can always prolong it. I mean, he can keep on running, and
Oh
Blixer
yeah.
is actually being pulled apart here in terms of position.
Oh yeah. And, yeah, he can do this because Blixerie doesn't have as good cav as Sony, so he can of course
Y-
pull back.
yeah, and basically Sony also has, I mean, so many spears, but he's bleeding spears at the moment in terms of losses. Ooh, Blixer's general might die soon. So he's gonna be revolver caved here.
Oh, targeting the wrong unit.
Oh, and that's beautiful. Sony's got that nice surround going. He just needs to get all of his cav into that. But Sony
Wow.
really should be pulling his Yari Pikachu's back and Spear Levies from that
Yeah.
Shogi-type battle.
More Shogun Guard Cap coming in, but I think he just should be going around with the Shogun Guard Cap, not just confidently like that. Because he's already got units in melee with those that are holding him down. And while you hold down those units, you really want to engage your cap, like the gun units, because the gun
Hmm.
units are able to deliver
He's
volleys,
gonna be
but
able to push through
yeah,
now, so
pushes
the
anyway,
Onion will
so.
get some volleys, but it's a good battle, fairly good battle from him. But he
Yeah.
did lose those other calves on the flanks, which are that's gonna be very costly for him.
But he's gonna get the general, maybe. He's down to 4 men. Is Blixer's general gonna live?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean he's slowly winning a cab battle here, and
But see,
Blixerie foolishly sent that one Shogunate guard cav to engage the Revolver cav while sacrificing yet another Yariki. So he's
yeah.
currently bleeding cavalry pretty badly.
And,
He got
well,
those. And Blixer's expensive Shogitais are currently being shot apart by the gun-armed generals
yeah, so,
and
like,
Revolver cav.
while he did beat the spears, now those Shogitais aren't gonna be able to
Yeah,
do
and
much.
Blixer's general is down. Or did it survive and just rout? Because I didn't get any message, but I can't see the general leader. That's weird.
Hmm.
You see, it was down to 2 men and then it just vanished, but I just didn't get any message here. But I can basically say that once Sony gets his revolver cav reloaded, there's absolutely nothing Blixery can do here.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna have to deal with three spear, three gun armed cavalry, and he only has one line.
Hmm.
It's basically mathematically impossible for him to win, unless Sony
Yeah.
plays poorly. And Blixery admitted defeat here, which was a fairly sensible thing to do.
So, you can see the unit statistics. Of course, Sony did manage to kill more. Over Cavalry did a great job, and they would have been able to finish the game off anyway. But Blixery's Shogatai did a nice job, but big part of that is Imperial Levy, I think, so not really as efficient as the stats show. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Another beautiful game by Sony. Beautifully executed attack over there. And we should be, well, it's gonna be game number 4 soon, I think. Yeah, 4. With Sony up 2-1.
Okay, I'm back.
Come back. So yeah, Blixery is
Yeah, so
gonna
you
have to
went through the
attack now. What?
kills, right?
Yeah, I
You went
did
through the
go through
quick
the
kills.
kills.
Yeah.
Revolver Cavalry did best, of course.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
not really surprised because they were pretty much unchecked throughout the battle.
Yeah. And for Blixery was the Shogun type, but as I was saying, most of those kills were Spirit Levy, so not that efficient. I think it was Spear Levy anyway, but I don't Remember
Yeah,
100%.
basically, I mean that battle was decided by the cab battle, and what basically happened was Blixerie overextended himself. I mean, he kept pushing, even though he was the defender, and he really had no need to keep pushing, and that basically spread out his forces and allowed Sony to use his superior mobility to take out Blixerie's cavalry, which was without adequate support.
Yeah, he needed those spears to win the cav battle, but they weren't helping him because one of them was dead and the other was out of position. So
Yeah, basically you need either spears or the line infantry to help,
yeah,
or just superior numbers in one sector who help. But he just never got that.
yeah, he pushed and Sony went back till he got rid of the cav of the Blixery, and when he got rid of the cav of Blixery, he felt fine. I mean, he was gonna be fine in that game, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and basically the problem that Blixery had there was that he really didn't have any units that could adequately deal with Sony's revolver cav, especially with the positioning that he ended up choosing.
Yeah, well, have fun. This will be my last, his last good luck. Have fun, or his last, or the last game. I wonder what.
It's basically the last game that he's gonna be able to play now. So either it's gonna be 2-2 and we're gonna have to see the final some other day, or I mean, or then Sony wins. Those are the two options.
Yeah, which is unfortunate that not that we're gonna miss one game potentially.
Yeah, but I mean, we're still gotta hope that Blixery doesn't go for sort of a time efficient rush, but actually does his best to win
Yeah,
the game. Alright, looks like the game is about to load up.
Alright, Blixerie attacking, but yeah, as you said, hopefully he's not gonna throw this game away.
I doubt that's gonna be the case.
Yeah,
I mean,
his
especially
work.
because there's gonna be no issues extending the final or playing the final match another day.
Yeah, especially as there have already been extensions for other games, so doesn't really make a difference if it's extended or not.
I'd expect Blixerie to go back to the build he used in the first game, actually. Second game, the one with the 8 cavalry.
They're gonna
So I think
be
he's gonna be
interesting.
mindful about.
Attack! Await my
Right?
command!
I'm gonna say that it's an interesting build that he's picking, but
Mm,
that's as far as yeah, and we can't actually see Sony's build, so should we go through it?
I don't think so.
Okay. So Sony is ready.
Mm.
We're gonna have to wait for Blixerie to get ready. So we got Workshop, Shrine, and Sword Dojo up on the map. And Blixerie is also ready. Probably gonna start the game quite a bit.
It starts
Here
now.
we go. So for Blixerie, we got the general that we can see right now. And
Called
for
Sony's Nightmare.
Sony, we've got Yariki, rank 6, then Spear Levy, both vanilla, then Azures,
Yeah,
and
basically he's got a
next build,
8 cav
yeah.
build with 4 Yariki, 2 Shogunate Guard cav, 2 Revolver cav, 3 Line, 2 Spear Levy. While Blixerie has uh, he's got 4 Yariki and 2 Shogunate Guard cav and Imperial Guard cavalry. And some other units that are yet to be revealed.
Looks like Sony's gonna go for the shrine right now. Actually, he got the Sword Dojo. It's gonna help him out quite a bit in terms of cav
Yeah, although the
engagements.
workshop is gonna counter that a bit. And it looks like
Yeah.
Blixer is getting some free kills here with his Imperial Guard cavalry into those Spear Levy. He's just gonna need to watch out that those Azores don't get time to deploy.
He's already killed about 50 of those. It's nice usage. Real guard cav. And they got a lot of
Okay, looks
ammo,
like the
so might as well.
yeah, looks like the Azores are turning in, but the Imperial Guard cav are running out out of the battle.
But yeah, since the workshop and shrine are in Sony's hands, he has a pretty nice advantage going for him.
Yeah,
But
plus he's got the hill as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Blixerie can actually conjure up to get himself out of this pickle. I think Sony must be fairly confounded over where Blixerie's army is
Yeah, because
at the
it's
moment.
not just that cav. It can't be just that cav. And even if, yeah, there's gotta be something else that Blixerie has. But he doesn't know where it is.
But I mean, I do agree with what Blixerie is doing. He's taking a very patient approach here, biding his time, so working up and window for his attack.
Yeah, Sony's trying to push Blixerie's cav away with the Azure.
He's doing a good job at it for the moment.
Well, it is Blixerie's turn to attack this, is it?
It is.
Yeah, so
And I mean, he is attacking.
yeah, but I was saying that because he was trying to go far with this like far away from the hill with this Azures, like was giving the good position away, but should be okay. Never mind. Hidden units discovered. Where would that be?
And now we're gonna see Blixerie's attack.
Go. Cav engagement, but Sony's got the downhill charge, so
But Sony's 3 of his cav are out of the battle for now.
yeah, not really able to do anything. We have Kisho ninjas being revealed, trying to come in, and they're coming in very fast as their speed units.
General just got rear charged.
Oh, this could be bad. He needs to pop out Banzai right now and rally. There he goes. He does pop it. And the Kisho ninja's actually gonna get into melee with the Azures and the Spear Levy though, and he's actually doing a good job against the cav of Sony on that side, but everywhere else the cav of Sony is just just pushing through, and the Kisho ninjas.
Yeah, Blixer's general just died.
Yeah. But Blixerie does have that Imperial Guard cav, and he is pushing through the infantry of Sony, but I think
Sony's got that
Sony's
revolver
yeah.
cav left.
Another white bear as well, so
yeah, there's just too much cav around at the moment.
Yeah, very risky build that Blixerie actually chose. So he did actually try to go for something time efficient that you were saying about earlier.
It almost worked. I mean, what basically doomed him was that he didn't really get his cav in to protect his ninjas because they needed some cav there to guard them from cavalry. But
it was a pretty cool tactic, yeah. But
it is a cool tactic, and it's very risky because the ninjas are so expensive and so vulnerable. But I mean, it's ballsy and it's beautiful when it works.
Yeah.
And he came close here, but Sony just had way too much cavalry for that to be effective.
So Sony wins this 3-1 over Blixerie. Let's see that Sony still has half his army left, but really it was closer than that. I mean, a couple of things different. Blixerie
it basically was just line and spear levies that he had left.
Yeah. See, for Sony, his cav did an amazing job against those ninjas.
Yeah.
Charged them basically.
Yeah, and basically he was able to shut down those very expensive and dangerous ninja units with his own cavalry. Although it was close though in terms of.
Yeah,
I mean, if the timing had been a bit different, it could have worked really well for
yeah, but
Blixerie.
yeah, because the timing was off because he couldn't protect his ninjas. And yeah, that's pretty much what cost him the game. And he did have balls of steel to do that. Yeah, this should be it for
Although I
us.
mean, I think he kinda did. I mean, it's not a serious build per se. Although
Yeah,
his one fair share of battles with that build, but it's not very. I mean, it's not a safe build, and it's really not something I'd expect him to bring in a must-win battle. It's quite probable that he just wanted to get over it,
yeah.
over and done with it.
Honestly, he should have. If he, I think he should have used it. He could have used it, but not in the last game. Like he could have used it in other less important
I
games.
think, I mean, it could have been interesting in Kurobe. I mean,
Yeah,
because that's a map that usually has players spread out quite a bit, and there's quite a lot of forests and similar places there where ninjas could be very dangerous.
but yep. Well, anyway, that was it for us today. Thank you guys for watching and thank you for co-casting Duck.
Yeah, no problem.
And
It was good fun.
we shall see you guys next time.